Once upon a time, in the village of Elume, there was a girl, a beautiful girl. Her name is ELEDEMA, but people call her Elede. ELEDEMA was beautiful to behold, but she has one fault: egg. I mean, egg. She was in love with egg. ELEDEMA has an avalanche for egg. She would not live without eating egg in a day. She could eat egg for breakfast, egg for afternoon, and egg for dinner. She could do anything to get egg. Anything, even when it involved immoral acts. She was in for it as long as egg will come. One day, it was rumored in the village that Eledema was pregnant. It was no longer a rumor. Her stomach has beginning to protrude. But who impregnated her? Nobody knew. She refused to reveal who was responsible for her pregnancy. But the rumor has it that she got pregnant where she went for beg for egg. Ah, what a shame. One day, Eledema announced that she was going into the forest. She told her people that she has decided to live in the forest until she gave birth to her child. When they asked her the reason for her new decision, she said she has decided to move into the forest so that she could find egg in the forest. They dissuaded her, telling her the risk involved, telling her what she could encounter. They told her that living in the forest could endanger her life and that of her new unborn baby. All this advice fell to deaf ears. She ignored all of them and packed her clothes and moved into the forest. Every day, Eledema moved from one location of the forest to the other in search of birds' eggs. One day, she found peacock egg in heap. She packed them and went home and ate them all. The other day, it was guinea fowl. She was so happy and she ate them all. One thing about Eledema was that she was always lucky with egg. There was no day she went out to hunt for an egg that she would not return with basket full of eggs. She kept living her life in the forest, hunting for egg, searching for egg, eating even the ones people placed at the roadside for sacrifice. She picked them and ate them. One day, Eledema woke up and told herself she was craving for python egg. What did I hear? Python egg. Eledema wants to eat eggs laid by a python. So she set out for a search for a python egg. She moved round the forest, tore all angles of the forest, moved all the hook and crown of the forest, searching for python egg. While doing that, she found other eggs laid by different creations. She kept picking them until her basket was filled up. But she was not satisfied. She kept searching for a python egg. When she get to the other side, at the end of the forest where she was living, she discovered that there was a path demarcating the forest, and the other path was leading to a thick forest. She did not mind. She crossed it, went deeper, and kept searching for a python egg. When her basket was filled up and could not contain more egg, she poured some eggs away and kept moving. Suddenly, she looked at her left side and saw a big egg with the color of a python. She smiled. The egg was 3 times bigger than the normal egg, bigger than the eggs, all the eggs in the basket. She bent down, lifted the egg, and placed in her basket, and she walked home. When she got back to her house and the forest, she made the fire at her usual spot where she boiled the eggs and began to cook the egg. She laid the python egg aside and made up her mind that it was the last she would eat. So when she finished eating all the other eggs, she laid hold of the python egg and began to crack it. Unfortunately, she could not crack it with her bare finger. She placed the egg on a stone and hit it with another stone, but the egg would not break. Oh, she said, it seems I did not cook it properly. So she returned the egg into the pot and recook it, reboil it for a very long time, longer than she used to boil other eggs. She brought the egg out again and began to crack it, but the egg would not crack. She got hold of a pestle and hit on the egg, on the python egg. The egg would not crack. She repeated the act. The egg would not cooperate. So she thought in her head and said, If this egg cannot be broken, if I cannot crack this egg, I know what to do. I must eat the python egg. By that time, her stomach has been filled up. She has eaten more than 15 eggs. The baby in her stomach was stretching because there was no space in the stomach. Eledema did not care. She was bent on eating the python egg. So she ran to the other side of the forest near the garden and got hold of okra seed. When she got back, she went back again and got hold of borode leaves. She put them inside a mortar and used a pestle to pound the two. She pounded them into pulp and took the python egg, placed it into the mortar, and turned it together with the okra and the borode. That's as if he is turning garri into okra. And just like a lightning, she gathered the raw okra and borode and the egg and placed in her mouth and swallowed it. And she said, mission accomplished. She got hold of a cup of water and drank. Few minutes later, the mother python returned from where she went to look for food and came back where her baby egg was, but could not find her egg. She searched everywhere and did not see her egg. She began to weep and begin to cry. She cried and sang an ancient song. The song was heard last many hundreds years ago. The song was only sung in the land of the spirits. She began to sing it in tears and searching for her egg. Onye ji akwa eke m kpuru kem kpukem, onye ji akwa eke m kpuru kem kpukem, ekwe m yiri eyi kpuru kem kpukem, azụghị m azụ kpuru kem kpukem, nwa m oo kpuru kem kpukem, bebi m oo kpuru kem kpukem. The moment she sang the song, Nwele the man noticed a sharp movement in her stomach. Something was jumping in her stomach. Not the baby. Not the baby. The baby was kicking, but something like stone was jumping up, jumping, bouncing in her stomach. She held her stomach and there was no jumping anymore. Little time, she began to hear a song, a dim song coming from her stomach. It was the python egg that was replying her mother. Nwaeledema mbamba, nwaeledema mbamba, ọkwa m nne m na-ebe, ọkwa m nna m na-ebe, isi m n'ite m jụ, iso m n'ọdụ m jụ, iso m nkume m jụ, i were ọkụrụ ọnụ mgbamgba. Ah, Nwaeledema was afraid. She ran out of the forest and ran home to her people. When she got home, she did not tell anybody anything. She walked straight to her mother's hut, climbed the ceiling, and hid herself in the ceiling. The mother python heard the voice of her baby. She traced Eledema to her mother's hut. This time, it was not only the mother python that was searching for the python egg. The father has joined her. Two of them and other neighboring pythons surrounded the house of Eledema. And in no time, the mother python sang, the baby python, the egg in the stomach of Eledema responded in the ceiling. They have found her. The python mother found where her egg was in the stomach of Eledema. You can guess what happened next, but it was not a good story. But what happened next was the mother python took her baby egg back to the bush. This is the end of my story. The lesson from this story is gluttony is bad.